And Ethereal, everything they had built up has just been shattered, and it seems like they're going to force into this one. The ops come out for Cobra. Renz has money to buy. Presumably a pause is coming in, but it was too late to stop Cobra from purchasing what he did. So this is happening, I guess.
Yeah, Ethereal calling that pause, and yeah, like you said, Cobra already buying up the ops, so at this point you either go all in or you just decide, okay, Cobra, see what you can do with it, and if you can get some frags, as he's already got the body armor as well. No one else has committed to the buy, but you have to expect it's going to be all in at this point. Renz has 5.9k, he can buy up an SMG and an M4, and the rest of the squad can settle for SMGs as well. So Ethereal likely going to force buy into this round. It would be quite... I don't think it would be a good idea to leave that off by its lonesome, Mike.
Yeah.
Maybe, but yeah.
I don't know. There's always the different philosophy, right? Like you put the big gun on one site and you let it do its thing, or you pack everybody around the big gun and then you can kind of ferry it among yourselves if the player goes down. If they lose a duel, you can bodyguard them a little bit. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I mean, we might see the investment with so much money on Renz. There we go. There's a secondary op. They're going for it. They're going for it. Everybody else better be full in on this one. You got 10k invested on 2 guns. And here we have it. MP9 comes out. Thomas as well. It's a pretty good buy, all things told. There is even a kit on KMZ. The utility is putrid. They've got smokes, no mollies, 2 flashes. But 4 smokes, that's something. You can at least limit sight lines, maybe slow them down, funnel them into an MP9, something along those lines. KMZ was looking for the mid pick. Rebirth, we're waiting for the mid aggression. Nobody peeks.
Oh my goodness, Cobra almost caught off Retchi, and Retchi's going to continue pushing down here with the utility out. Oh goodness, Cobra just barely missing the head of Retchi with that deagle. They could have gotten spicy again. These deagles on the B site have been very lethal, but this time Retchi does catch him off. Then the second on KMZ. So the op is down, so is the deagle player. B site is free and clear for the taking. You do see Hate trying to rotate back around to market and reinforce this B site, but if he doesn't look the right way, he could be down for the count too.
Okay.
Does manage to flick to Retchi's dome. That's not too shabby. And we'll be able to upgrade to an AK as well, so this round far from over.
But here's the thing, this funnels them back over towards A, where you've just got Powers on his lonesome playing in the dark position. He's got an op potentially coming back through, but because Renz is out of spot, he's got some concerns rotating back in, and he's a little late to ticket. Do they clear this? They do. Carson has him, and that, I think, should be the round, but Renz is going to try and deny it. He was nuts with the deagle. Can he do it with the big green gun? The bomb's been retrieved. They don't have to face him anymore. Zodic's going to come flying in. What is this?
Oh, I love it.
What is this? What is this game, John? This is...
Nice.
The scrappiest, craziest Counter-Strike. The jump over from on top of the boxes, and he takes out the Opera. It's 6 rounds for Rebirth.
I love the idea. That's just a great play. You realize that the Opera doesn't have the sight lanes on you. You can jump down off the box, get up close and personal, and he won't be able to hit the shot. That's exactly what went down. So Rebirth are managing to scrap their way to 6 round victories. 4 AKs in the MAC-10 on their side. Ethereal are back on the pistols, but lest we forget, last time they were here, Renz got a 4K, and they won the round. That said, Carson immediately opens things up with the frag on Cobra, and then goes in towards that B site. But here's Hate. Deagle frag on Retchi. Is it starting again?
It's got a MAC-10. Can't switch to the MAC-10. Deagle's hot right now. That's what's hot on the server. Renz. Oh, you got to stay at bench, bud. Bench is the magic deagle spot we've seen. Let's see if Renz can pull one off. They're dropping on his head. He's got one. That's a gun now. Doesn't have the health, though, but he's not going to be able to take the second. Player drops down, finishes off the kill. It's Zodic, who's apparently joined a high-flying, high-wire act, and is going to back his way into KMZ. KMZ can't quite get his hands on the gun, though, and at that moment, everything's going to fall apart. Oh, my goodness. If KMZ had peeked from bench just a little bit earlier, maybe that writes differently. Zodic practically gift-wrapped the kill over to him. But it is still going to be another kill for Rebirth. And despite how insane these rounds have been, how scrappy they've been, the scoreline tells a different tale. It's 7-2. Rebirth are starting to blow Ethereal out of the water. We got another rifle buy here, though, and there's the op, there's the utility, there's everything they could want. Here's where we need to see Ethereal execute on their game plan. This is where they have to make things work.
A little bit of aggression towards a ramp. Hate. Oh, yeah, he's tucked into that corner. Might think about sticking around. As in Shonyak is waiting for this smoke to dissipate. Yeah, Hate could easily catch Rebirth off guard. And they're going for this AXecute. They're waiting to throw their smokes. Haven't done so yet. That's an excellent pop flash, but no one follows up. I mean, Hate was fully blinded. Exotic could have come out and taken him down, but instead, they're choosing to play a very slow and passive approach in this round.
Flashbang through. Both flashbangs miss. And both players die as a result. They did not go deep enough. I mean, I guess they would have blinded if a player was holding from sight, but they did not catch Hate even slightly. I don't even think he would have seen them if he didn't. Alright, whatever it is. I'm going to stop talking about the flashbangs. Hate's going to get the kills. It's down to a 2v4 here. Carson, the only player now surviving, has a very difficult task ahead of him. He would need the 1v4 to take it through. He's going to attempt. And he's going to sprint towards B full force. Cobra should hear him coming. Now he starts to try and clear things. 30 seconds to go. The cavalry on its way. It's up to Cobra. Carson creeping. Cobra just holding calm behind that pillar. Just waiting for the player to come through. And I think at this point, Carson's been spotted by the catwalk player. Now they certainly know he's here. And Cobra will finish him off. Ethereal get their third round. And they get it with 4 alive and save the double off. That round could not have gone better for them.
Yeah, this could be the start of a run for them. And you're looking at the economy for Rebirth. It's not that pretty, and that's really usually how it goes when these rounds are so back and forth. Despite the scoreline being heavily in favor of Rebirth, Ethereal's been doing the damage to them round in, round out. They will still be able to pull together a decent buy-up, though. 3 AKs, a Galil, and the Deagle, along with about half the utility you'd usually have. And you see Zodic moving in towards ramp. Molly Brittany behind him, but they won't expect him to be up close. Power still hits the shot, though. Flashbang for KMZ comes in. I think it was coming in at the exact same time as Powers hit the shot, so not sure if it was a factor, but regardless, Ethereal off to another good start into this round.
Hate has some pressure on. There's a player being boosted into window right now. It's going to be Retchy, but there's a smoke out. Now that smoke fades. They've got to be focused on this. KMZ's watching. KMZ's watching the murder hole to keep his teammates safe. But if he wanders off of this, this could be a dangerous setup, and the op wants to rotate. He's still holding the angle. There's the shot. There's the kill. Good job for KMZ. As a player in con without the threatened window, this is a much tougher play to ask of Phantom. And that molly goes deep enough. Hate's on the right side of it, so now he has a pretty good idea that there might be a player coming through. He's still going to get pulled off. Is he going to clear it? He doesn't clear it deep enough. How does this still work? Hate just 360'd that because he thought he'd cleared it, hops on over to stairs, turns around, is like, oh, that's how deep the angle is? Oh, okay, okay. And still gets the kill. It's a 4th round for Ethereal, and at this point, they're getting these rounds with players alive. It's looking convincing, but the pistols are backed out, John. And that's been the Achilles heel so far. No Deagles this time. We do have Zodic go all the way down to $0 with the Tech 9 armor and util buy, but everybody else seems to be saving their cash for the rifles.
Yeah, it's not a bad play. They've already filtered onto the B site. They could take it, but no! Powers and Ren's denying them completely, combining for all 5 frags. Ethereal, hang on. I liked Rebirth's idea there, but they just couldn't get past the M4s, and that was that. So Ethereal all of a sudden have cut the lead down to only 2 for Rebirth. Now, just looking at Ethereal on Mirage this season, they've defeated X-Recon 5 16-6. That was a slaughter. And then Kinship, a much closer match, 16-14 victory on Mirage. So technically this iteration of the roster is undefeated here. I mean, Rebirth is really pushing. Hang on, Hate! Wow. Oh my goodness, that was a great push. Again, more aggression from Ethereal, and Shonyak and Carson go down. That's a quick 5v3.
Just shut them down. Here we're going to have another... What? KMZ hits that shot. Thought he was a goner. Down to 19 health, but he'll flick back and find the kill. Zodic and Phantom, the only 2 survivors. And Phantom, despite having the first bullet, the second bullet, and I think even the 5th bullet, cannot find the head, and he loses his life in turn. Zodic, the last survivor. Looking for this. Looking for anything. There are 3 soft targets, to be fair. 2 of whom are very soft, but he's managed to find one of the only players that's still full health. A shot to the dome won't make a difference on that, though. Renz is down for the count. 1 down, 4 more to find. But an AK found for it. There's a player behind him. Zodic doesn't appear to have realized. Cobra thinks he's probably going to be peeking, so he's not peeking back. They know where he's at, certainly. Now they certainly do. Hate falters. He doesn't have the bomb, though. Okay, guys, stop peeking him. He doesn't
Yeah,
have the
no
bomb.
kidding.
You've ascertained that at this point.
Oh,
KMZ will
yeah.
put him down. They almost gave Zodic an opportunity without even a chance at the plant to bring that round back, purely because they kept fighting him. Rebirth, now only 1 round ahead of Ethereal. And the thing is, John,
Yep.
Ethereal were down 7-2 at one point, but these last 4 rounds have been convincing. Once they turned it on, they look good. The question is, can they keep that going through the rest of the half and roll up the 8-7?
Yeah, definitely look good, except at the end of that round, you were kind of alluding to it, but the fact that they chased so much, didn't need to, the bomb wasn't spotted at all. Yeah, that could have gotten very, very messy, especially against a player like Zodic. Either way, it does work out for them, and aside from that, yeah, they've been really good. They've really turned it up a notch, no doubt about that one. 125 left on the clock here. Good nade gonna be tossed here. Actually, no, doesn't check for anything. I thought that would do a lot more damage. Rebirth Carson, opening frag on Renz with the Deagle, picks up the AK, doesn't even need it. Uses the Deagle again to take out Cobra. And man, oh man, the Desert Eagle has been the story in at least 3 out of the 14 rounds so far. Maybe the M-Force can come back here. Hayden Powers get a couple. And Shaniak around that corner, KMZ drops him. And just when it looked like Rebirth were going to take the round, Ethereal comes storming back in. They still have Zodic and Phantom. Zodic with the Deagle gets 1, and it's only Phantom. Now, can he do it? Oh my goodness, how is he alive, Mike? The Molotov's got to do him in. No! He's still kicking and finally goes down. What a round that was. I do believe Ethereal has it. But it's going to be tied up 7-7. Oof.
NACS is a hell of a drug. I don't know what to make of this game. I'm gonna be honest with you, John. Every time I feel like a round should be easy, it's anything but. Anytime it looks like a team might have the advantage, it swings back the other way. Deagles are apparently the best gun in the game, which I don't know if you saw, but Harry had a tweet about how he thought the Deagle was powerful enough the team should start running a meta where on the CT side they start out buying 4 rifles and a Deagle to save money for the future.
That's not a bad idea, honestly.
It was an interesting thought. Yanko then absolutely ruined him with his response, but we won't get into that. Suffice it to say, apparently the Deagle's the best gun into the game right now, according to these 2 teams. Now, nobody has Deagles. Everyone has rifles, but KMZ is going to find first blood. The op peeking into ramp takes the first kill. Mid control has been firmly established by Rebirth. They have everything over here, and Ethereal have just given it to them. But the response is going to be ramp. They've got ramp. They've got 2 players watching it. They've got an op watching out towards mid, and that smoke is going to put the alerts on. But KMZ's rotating off. He's actually got to watch window now, which means that these 2 ramp players, someone's got to turn. Powers, you got to turn around. Certainly, he's told them that nobody is watching their connector right now.
I don't think he has. They have no idea. They're going to push through ramp, and no one is watching connector. Rebirth are walking onto the site free and clear. Hate does manage to turn around finally. I guess he got the message, but I'm not sure it's in time. Yeah, he's going to go down to Phantom, and Rebirth have control of this A site. KMZ might try and peek to deny this bomb plant, but oh boy, this is tough. They do have a bit of a pincer with Powers and KMZ. Powers gets one, goes down to Inshaniak, and KMZ misses the shot. Now he's the last one standing, throws a smoke, maybe a flashbang as well. Oh my goodness, almost gets taken down by the op, and in the end it's Inshaniak to spray him down with the AK. So that last round goes Rebirth's way, Mike, but I mean, that was a misplay. They should have had someone watching connector.
Yeah, there was some sort of massive error there. KMZ knew he had responsibility for connector and window, and he abandoned the connector to play the murder hole, but neither of the ramp players went back to focus on comm. I don't know whether that was that he didn't comm that he was giving up their connector, or whether they didn't react to him giving up their connector. Somewhere along the chain of command there was a complete failure, and that's what allows Rebirth into the space, allows them the bomb plant, and they wind up taking the round. So nicely done by them. 8-7 is the score line. Some great rounds, some big mistakes for both sides. I think that's the story of it. We've had some nutty Deagle clutches from both teams. Yeah. We've had some crazy play, but we've also seen our fair share of mistakes. This is very chaotic Counter-Strike.
To say the least. But chaotic Counter-Strike can also be exciting Counter-Strike, so it's 2 sides to that coin, right?
Maddening. Madness is a form of excitement. I mean, it's never boring. That is certainly true. You make a good point there, John.
As we're going to head into the second half of action, I want to talk a little bit more about KMZ because, as mentioned, he's had a solid start in the first 5 matches for Ethereal. He's had 3 100-plus ADR performances. He's been top frag in 3 of the 5 matches, and he's had 20-plus frags in 4 of the 5 matches. The other one, 19. So he has just been consistent and solid for this squad. I'm pretty sure he's doing about that pace right now. Yeah, he's on pace for 20, sitting at 12 on the scoreboard right now, and we'll see what he can do on the T side. Not sure how much he's going to be using that AWP, but it wouldn't surprise me to see him go for mid control once we get into those rifle rounds. But here's the pistol round getting started, Mike.
Now the pistol round's going to be interesting. Remember the first half, Ethereal just executed everyone on Rebirth on that pistol, but then Rebirth won the force. So even if they win this pistol, it's no guarantee. What I find most interesting about KMZ's scoreline right now is that he has 7 assists, which is unusual for an Alper.
It is.
It's either kill or not. Ren's gonna hit it with the Deagle. They've gone Deagle hero buy in the pistol round, and he is going to lose his life. So the Deagle may be retrieved, but he will not be joining it. Here we get an upgrade, a bomb plant as well. Now 4 alive, so it's not even clean for Ethereal, but it's still a pretty good situation to hold from. Look at how spread they are. With Glocks, they've got a lot of ground gain. KMZ's going to try and take this duel with Zodic over on Catwalk. This would be a big kill to find for Zodic, but he can do no such thing. Now it's only the 2 players moving back in from Ticket. They're being held from range. They're being held close up. The smoke goes to the wrong spot as they just try and take a guess, and KMZ walks away with 4 kills on the pistol round. Very nicely done for Ethereal. They've now taken both pistols in the map. But John, question remains, can they take this subsequent round?
Well, it's going to be important for them because the last time around they lost 7 in a row. So, let's see. They got 3 AKs, a Galil, and a Scout. So they're going in hard. No SMGs. They don't care about that SMG money. They want to get the rifles up and running as soon as possible, and ideally, not lose any of them going up against these 2 Deagles and 3 USPSs. No utility on Rebirth's end, and no aggression either. They're just going to hold these angles. Hate's going to immediately clear out Phantom. Not sure they're going to be aware of Carson. That could rotate back from the apartments, but who knows how much that's going to matter. Exotic coming around, gets the headshot damage done, but he goes down in turn. Now it's up to Shaniak to try and clean up someone on the Ethereal end. Get some rifles out of their hands. Ren's down to 12 HP. They just can't finish them off. And that could be their undoing. And Shaniak getting closed in on by Cobra. And there we have it. Carson does manage to catch him off guard from the apartments. Peeking around the corner. Could get KMZ as well, and does! Carson tapping away with the USPS powers on the flank. Finally finishes him off. But that's the damage they were hoping for.
Yeah, certainly is. Should be able to upgrade to those rifles. They at least do the Galil. Cobra doesn't go back to get the Scout, so not ideal, as they're not able to recover another one of those AKs, but they got something to work with. And here's going to be the investment from Rebirth. And this is better than I expected. Considering 2 players picked up Deagles, I wasn't sure how good this would look. But they've actually got a decent amount of utility to pair with the guns. No kits. Lots of head armor. And that could be important as well because KMZ's breaking out the MAC-10. Interesting that KMZ's holding the MAC-10 while Cobra's sticking on the Scout. Whatever it is, this round could get quite spicy either direction. Hero going to come flying out onto the A site, it seems. Power is trying to open this up. He's going to get the first kill, but he's lost a teammate. That's the bomb dropped. That's the bomb tipped over the balcony. Now the Cavalry's going to be in. Zodic gets a big kill, but Hate coming in from the connector will punish him as he can't escape the Molotov. He goes straight into death. Cobra, a follow-up. Hate tries to continue to push the buttons, but it's Cobra with the Scout, showing us exactly why he has that gun with the final shot. 3 kills in total for Cobra. Looking good with the quick zoom banger.
Well, this is what you need to do when you win pistol. You have to be dominant in the following 2 rounds. It's exactly what Ethereal has done. Not to mention that Rebirth bought up in one of those rounds, so they're going to be stuck on the pistol once more, and the match is going to be paused. Likely called by Rebirth. We'll double check on that, but either way, a Deagle and a CZ. Actually, no, Ethereal calling this timeout, despite the fact they've won 3 in a row. Maybe they just want to calm things down, make sure they don't lose their heads, and they keep control of this momentum that they've gained on their T side.
I think part of it may have actually been figuring out the economy not for this round, but going forward, right? But they didn't want to invest too heavily into this round and be in a situation where they have no cushion to fall back on. We saw them lose to pistols before, right? Can't let that be happening here and be setting you off your game. So Ethereal just want to keep things cruising, keep it grooving, keep everything going the right direction. And that's what they're trying to do. It's going to be pistols, couple of deagles here. And Shaniak and Carson have the hand cannons. They have had an outsized influence on this game to this point. Let's see if they can do so again. Problem is there's no one here towards B. There's one player in ladder. That's it. It's Phantom with a CZ. He's going to lose his life. He was the only player on this half of the map for them. They went for the stack elsewhere. It's not going to work out. That bomb's going to be planted. This round is over, to be quite frank. And they haven't even lost a body elsewhere.
That was a great play by Powers, too. I mean, he peeked in towards the A site, got the frag, and lured all of Rebirth, or almost all of Rebirth, towards him. And no, he's out of there. He's already towards mid, and the other two players might be able to get a flank on him. I think he hears the footsteps. Yeah, he's turned around, just going to wait for these heads to come into his crosshairs. There's one, and Shaniak slows up, but he's the last one standing here for Rebirth, and will get cleaned up by KMZ. So a clean sweep for Ethereal. That really helps their economy now. They don't have to buy up again in this round. The UMP is certainly serviceable, but KMZ will decide to upgrade anyway. At least I think. I mean, drop the UMP, right?
Does it drop down somewhere for him? Something's dropped for him. Oh,
No.
someone's buying it up. He's like, come on, guys. Come on, guys. Fork it over.
Spend
I
that
don't want to
money.
spend all my money. I want to have money for util. Eventually it comes out. It doesn't mean they're not going to go for a fast play, just because they didn't get out of spawn very quickly. But that's okay. They don't need Molly into deny truck van position. But the smoke kind of covers it off, so Carson could still think about it. He's not going to. The flames burn enough to coax him off the angle. Now he's hopping back up. Looking to take that peek in towards apartments. There's T's on the other side. He thinks he's just cleared it, but he's just seen ahead of the game. And what? Off of that peak, they're going to full rotate off the site? What are they doing? They've got no presence here. Now they have to get back out market. Hate spotted that. He knows the player's out in the open. Carson wins the duel. But that was so dangerous, so risky. Now Carson goes down. Phantom's trying to come back around from Catwalk. If they have utility for this, they don't. If they had utility, this would already be over. As it is, though, Powers is now on A. What is happening? He's shooting them in the back. He's got the kills. KMZ gets the follow-up, and 4 will survive here, John. Rebirth, they're like a yo-yo. They're just swinging from site to site with nobody watching flanks, nobody watching for the pushes, and they're getting abused as a result of it.
I don't know how to break that down. I mean,
He just peeked into apartments and he's like, all right, no one is here in apartments right now, so no one is on the bomb site or going to come here. Everybody rotate. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, I'm sure they have a rhyme or reason for their movements, but
I'm not
either
sure.
way.
I don't think
hope
so.
for their case, right?
Here we go. Hate's got 2 kills already. This is looking like a rough round, but Phantom's got a shot with the Deagle. The Deagle might just give Rebirth hope. They've done so much with it. It's the USP here. Zodic gets 1. He loses his life, but the Deagles are still on the prowl. Carson hits the shot. It's a 2v2. Carson might just do this. KMZ goes to the rifle. He knows he needs it, but here's another Deagle. Health low. 8 points of health for KMZ to try for the clutch. Carson's on top of the ticket booth, and he's dead in midair. KMZ's done it. The 1v2 against the Deags. Brings it back 13-8, but that's the best round we've had from Rebirth, I think, since the half switch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Nice shots from Carson. That second one, are you kidding me? Unbelievable, but he still can't clutch it out. KMZ returns the favor in the 1v2 and gets up to that magic number. 20 frags on the board once more for him. That is the 5th match he's done that this season. 1:43 on the clock. Though Ethereal padding their lead up to 5 rounds now, as Hate has already pushed his way to underpass, and he's probably going to look to take control of both connector and window. There's a smoke thrown for window, so Ethereal can take mid control, and they already pretty much have.
Oh, here's the peek, and Shaniak toys with his food, and finally he goes in for the kill. Power is now down. Advantage Rebirth, and they've got that strong buy. Certainly, this is their chance. Look at this wrap. The players pushed all the way through apartments. Carson's top mid. No one's looking for him. He spotted 1. He's found the bomb. He sees 3. He misses the shots.
No, Carson.
He only gets 1 kill out of that. He should have had 2 at a minimum. Bomb drop, likely. But he just can't quite see it through. Zodic, though, might save his bacon. And this is going to work out. Okay, kills coming in. Just leaves KMZ. This should be fine. Fine, I say. Just a question for KMZ of whether he can do further damage. 1 or 2 more kills would make this a lot better. There's the 1. 1 more. Not going to have it. And Shaniak rips his head off. So 3 players survive. Can they retrieve the double op? They can indeed. So no harm, no foul here. Or at least no major harm. No major foul for Rebirth. But Carson's got to be feeling a bit sheepish after that round.
Yeah, especially after you got that beautiful 2K with the Deagle, and then he comes out and kind of whiffs the spray with the M4. It's, you know, it happens. But luckily for him, they do still win the round, and they get their first, in fact, in this second half after a 5-round run to kick things off here by Ethereal. Quick Molotov thrown by Carson into the B apartments. That will hold off Ethereal for the time being, but as it stands, it looks like they're setting up to hit this B site. Phantom waiting from Cat Corner, looking into the apartments, and there is a re-smoke for Carson for those apartments. So Ethereal just going to be patient, let the time tick down a little bit, and wait for the right moment to execute.
Double op coming through. Might have the shots. Carson, here's a chance for redemption. Come on, Carson. There's 3 players on the other side. They're looking for you. If he gets a flashbang in the peek in, it's a smoke instead, actually. Give him a bit of space. Ren's just on the other side of this. Carson's going to push up. Is he getting on the blue chair? Totally a bit of an... This is such a bold angle.
I don't like this for Carson.
He's going to get a kill, but now they know he's here, but he's just going to spray into the smoke. It works out.
No!
The problem was the flashbang didn't work, and somehow this is going to play well for Carson. A 4K with the off angle, 1 on Cat, and then just a massacre through the smoke. How did the flash not catch him at all? I know he wasn't looking directly at it, but it didn't blind him even slightly.
I thought that positioning wouldn't be good for him because of the flashbang, but he just didn't get flashed, and then he gets a 4K, so I'll go ahead and eat my words there.
3 ops,
3
John.
ops, yes, it is a triple op setup. It can work on a map like Mirage, 1 on A, 1 on mid, 1 on B, but it's unorthodox, to say the least.
Yeah. Retakes are going to be a challenge. Carson, look at this. He's pushing top mid. Surprise, surprise. Carson pushing something. So he's figured out that they're not top mid. Here's the read, I think, towards A. This is the correct read. The hit is coming on. It's pistol for the most part. We got the 1 rifle from Renz. Let's see if they can do some damage. It seems like the answer is a solid no. They've been bottled up. Carson is still pushing this. Man, you've got an op now. Don't pick up the op if you're going to push like this. But he hasn't been punished. Zodic's going to drop his gun. Here's the chase. 2 players down. They're looking for more. Damage is done. There's the kill. 3 bodies dropped for KMZ. Oh, 4th! Certainly they wouldn't give back the round, and Phantom finally manages to make this work. But holy John.
Why?
They almost lost that.
But why? Why are they pushing like that? What's the point?
Is they're insane.
I'm so... I don't usually lose my composure like that, but...
quickly reconnect, because I've had my same issue with the audio. Okay. So take it over, John.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Hate gets the frag on Retchie, but, like... I mean, that's something that you do when you're playing on an MM server or something. You just decide to push and go for the frags. There's no reason for the CTs in a 5v1 to push down ramp like that. You just need to wait on the bomb sites and wait up the clock. I mean, anyway, they're lucky to get the round. Because KMZ was hitting all of his shots. Ethereal still up 13-11, and you see the first frag does go Ethereal's way. Retchie went down, it's traded back, Cobra's gone. But yeah, we'll see if the play kind of tightens up a little bit, because that's very loosey-goosey.
Huh. Loosey-goosey is one way to put it. I'd say the words I want to use to describe it are not appropriate for this broadcast, so I'm going to stop myself right there. Loading back in should be in just a flash. And we're here. 4v4. Taking my establishment. I like the position for Hate. This is a lot of good ground. Is someone watching this, though? And Shaniak doesn't appear to be aware. He's still checking top mid. He could be punished from this. The peek hasn't come in yet, but now he's voided it. So Hate's going to be coming around, and the shutter is popped. That's important. Unfortunately for him, and Shaniak's already getting kills, but Kamesi's making noise, and Shaniak has no idea. Now they've got control. Carson can't rotate this, and he's shown face, but Carson wins the duel at the cost of much of his health, but Phantom following it up. What is happening here? Now a 1v1. Health low. Carson's gone to the sidearm, but Renz has it. 14 rounds for Ethereal. The op retrieved, and they have broken the economy for Rebirth, because Rebirth chased 5 players after 1 deagle and threw their lives away.
Yep. That's all I have to say about that. Yeah. Now they're looking at a much weaker buy because of that aforementioned decision that they made to chase down a deagle. 2 M4A4s, a FAMAS, an MP9, and the op. Not much utility to work with either. And you're looking at Ethereal, a MAC-10, 3 AKs, and the op, and much more utility on their belts. Exotics goes down immediately to Hate. Then Cobra wins the duel against Phantom, peeking around that corner towards Short A. And Shanik does respond. Then he gets a second. KMZ and Cobra back. Retchie in return. 2v1. Can Retchie clutch this one? Spots out Cobra, but cannot hit him. Actually, spots out Hate, excuse me. Cannot hit him. Molotov bring next to him. He almost walks into it. In fact, he does. Down to 17 HP. They're closing in. Retchie hits the shot, and then Hate with the Glock of all things gets the headshot on Retchie to cap off the round. And Ethereal, excuse me, somehow are on match point for 4 rounds.
My poor brain. It's exited the station. It's just given up. It's given up trying to interpret what's going on here. We're just going with the flow, I guess. I mean... Alright, so we've got 2 Deagles, we've got 2 MP9s, we've got a FAMAS here. There's still an SMG available, MAC-10 for Ethereal. They did pick up the op in that previous round, so they'll be able to take it through here. We've got a push top mid. Phantom. Okay, get cheeky. Tuck into the angle. This is the play. I don't know if he was spotted getting in here. You can tell there's some cautiousness from KMZ. He's looking for it. There's going to be the peek back up. No, he knows. He suspects. There's the shot. There's the peek. How long is Phantom going to wait this? They're trying to bait them into Phantom, is what's happening right now. They're trying to convince them that this is clean. Phantom has a gap in the smoke. He wants to play off of it. He's going to back away. Not going to commit to the bit. They're going to go ahead and bail. Maybe this is the wise thing to do. I'd almost rather to see him just wait there, because you can tell that KMZ is fixated on the position. Minute on the clock. Now Ethereal's going to move into their sight hit. It seems like that sight hit is going to be B. Got Carson and Exotic here to receive them. Retchie coming in support, but it's just SMGs and a deagle on site. I say just a deagle. The deagle at bench. Oh my, the deagle at bench, Sean. Has it's done a lot this game. We're going to get 1 more round.
Rebirth is going to get the opening frag. Your powers goes down. Cobra trades it back. Exotic, as you mentioned, trying to work that deagle magic from bench this time. Though. Oh my goodness. The amount of bullets he's absorbed here. And he's still standing. Phantom gets 1 on Hate. And Exotic is dancing around the bomb site. Somehow surviving still. All his teammates are falling. And he gets the frag on KMZ. 1v1. Renz is trying to guard this bomb. A FAMAS picked up by Exotic, who survived a flurry of bullets, and he gets the 1v1 clutch. Will get the defusal as well, and somehow, some way, Rebirth are in this match, and they have a couple more rounds to play potentially. But Mike, I think he ate maybe 10, 12 bullets through the wall.
I thought he was Swiss cheese behind that bench. Yeah. He's just crouching behind the bench like, all right, keep me alive, boys. He clings to life. 1 more bullet would have done it. Any connection at that point, and then he wins a 1v2 off of that.
Unbelievable.
He's broken me. Yes. They've broken me, John. They have broken me entirely. That's what's happened here. NACS has finally done it. The Mountain Dew League has shattered my consciousness. My sanity is gone. This is the game that did it. It's a player walking through smoke. KMZ's going to get the kill. Now they've got a rifle. That was like delivery to Cobra. The M4 just dropped on his head. Now he's got a rifle to work with. They're taking ground, but Retchie answers it back. Here's the trades. Okay, Rebirth can take the lead. But that M4 is still out there. Ren's trying to chase this down. That was maybe a little bit bold. Could have waited for Cobra to make a move. Exotic has no idea he's here. He thinks about it. He's like, where could they be? Well, now I'm dead. Op going to attempt it. It's glass cannon, but it is an AWP. And if I know anything about Rebirth, it's that they'll give him chances at the shot, but Carson won't miss. Couldn't afford to miss that one. Had to hit it, and indeed, he does. 2 rounds. 2 rounds for overtime. And I'm going to be honest, John, I think with as insane as this game has been, it would only be fitting for this to go to OT.
Yeah, it would be. Honestly, there have been so many swings back and forth. Each team has looked in control at certain moments of this match. And now you have Ethereal back on the rifle by Exotic, burning KMZ to an itty-bitty crisp right off the bat here. And look at Carson. He's hugging this smoke. He should be able to catch him off guard if he looks in the right direction. In the meantime, he's got the support of Retchy to attract the attention of Ethereal. He walks into the smoke, literally right up against Cobra, and wins the duel. Then goes for the second one, but it's going to be Powers to get one. That's all he's going to find, though. And Shonyak there for the last frag on the round. And Rebirth, indeed, 1 round victory away from pushing this to overtime, and Ethereal doesn't have much in the bank.
All right, so there's two sides of my brain in this one. Side one says it would be very fitting for this madness of a game to go to OT. Side two says it would be very fitting for this madness of the game to end on a deagle clutch. So, either way, this is going to be poetic justice or poetic irony. Probably more the irony side of things coming through here, John. It's going to be interesting. Seems like we're going to get a pretty straightforward A hit. Smokes are out. There's the peak. Cobra gets the first kill with the Galil. So entry is in. Zodic will be able to trade it. But now they're losing ground. That bomb needs to transition to being planted. Renz wanted to throw one more nade. He might lose his life as a result. And Shonyak almost catches him. Are they going to have a chance with the bomb plant now?
I think so. I mean, they have so much control here. Phantom could come up and get... Hey, no, he looks the wrong way and almost gets fragged himself, but no. Gets hate and Powers. That's going to make this retake quite easy. And in fact, not even a retake yet. The bomb was not planted by Ethereal. They're getting closed in on. Only KMZ left, and Zodic gets the 3-piece on the round. We are headed appropriately for overtime.
They didn't do enough to damage my sanity in regulation. We need more of this, John. We need more of this game.
Well, I mean, well, you look at the round that swung it in this direction. Zodic at bench, literally surviving a flurry of bullets, limping onto the bomb site with only 4 HP and clutches a 1v2. I mean, that's how you get to OT. It's as simple as that. That one moment.
Yes. One nade. One flashbang hits him. One extra bullet. They Glock him. He's out of there. But he somehow survives it. And now we're in overtime. It wasn't enough. We need more of this. So here's the interesting thing. In OT, we will presumably have no deagle rounds. That means I'm not sure how this is going to go, because the deagle rounds have been the clutch factor in this game. Those have been the swings.
They could just go for a deagle round. Why not?
Yeah?
You know?
You think they're just going to buy deagles? Forget the rifles?
No rifles. Yeah. Can you imagine going to OT with 16K start money and just buying deagles? Like, the balls on a team that decides to do that would be massive. Oh, triple op setup, though, to kick things off here by Rebirth.
Okay. They wanted it earlier. It was Carson who had it, and then Carson was playing with the op like it was a rifle. Let's see if this works out. Single op for the T side, because, yeah, that makes sense. But sense is not something that Rebirth trucks in. They only deal in madness and insanity. Smoke's going to go out there. They're going to be trying to take ground. Carson will dump some utility over to this side of the map, but there's no one really here. There's just Phantom Util being baited out. They know there's presence on site. They're going to push off with Zodic. He's actually past the smoke, or on the edge of it, rather. This could be huge. Depends on whether Renz wants to take that bomb all the way back to spawn, or whether he thinks underpass. Spawn's the safe option, and with so many players in Palace, you got to imagine that's what he's going to do. So it is indeed. They're going to go for a very straightforward A hit. Smokes are going over. Bomb's on its way. There are 3 players here to defend. Nade comes in. That could be a good nade. It actually hits nobody. I don't know where that landed. In Shonyak, though, will land an op bullet. That connects. Now this party's getting started. Last time, at the end... Okay, Retchy just jump peeked to spot the Powers is there, and then got the lineup into the Palace play. That's a bold maneuver, and it connects on the head. Carson gets another, the boost up over Smoke. They're getting picked apart. Too slow into the site is Ethereal, and now it's all falling apart. Cobra gets one, but he can't escape. That was the same issue that ruined them in the last round of regulation. They had a bit of a take in towards A, and then they just didn't get onto the site. They got bottled up. They slowed it down, and they got picked apart, John. And this now happens in overtime. That A take is not working.
I can't really fault the triple op setup here. I mean, they played it to perfection, did exactly what they had to, had 3 ops watching the crossfire onto the A site. And man, it's just working well. And Shaniak is actually, he doesn't op very much with this Rebirth roster, but he's an opper all the time in advanced. And throughout MDL, with his time, throughout his time, excuse me, I can't speak, with Thunder Logic. But heading into this round, Rebirth do have the edge. They've won, what is it, 5 rounds in a row now to get to this point.
They have. Momentum's certainly in their favor, and it doesn't seem like it's going to stop anytime soon. But Retchy won't be able to help that momentum along. So Ethereal with an advantage, with mid-control as well. Can they rally this back through? The A take wasn't working. Get away from it. Now it seems like the object of their affection might be B, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on the Phantom. No ops in this vicinity. They're actually both out by ticket. Both ops are playing the same position. And Zodic is going to strike with what as the player tries to make his way up catwalk. Phantom, though, is in big trouble. There are players all over him, and this time they won't be able to slip a player past them. Big kill found. Carson, though, goes looking for Cobra. I love that read. They've taken B. Where are they going to be keeping their lurk player? Boosted up by Window. Nice read. Smart play. He's still going to have to get past Hate, though. And this is Zodic instead, who gets his head ripped from his shoulders. Now, there's a player coming from Market. There's a player coming from Apartments. They'll be pincerring in towards the site. With three players surviving, still a bit of utility available as well. It's a good hold for Ethereal. And now it's all on Shaniak, who tries to walk out of his smoke and gets caught full on in the face. Kill found, even scoreline, 16-16, as we hit the last round of the first half of overtime.
The first half of overtime of many overtimes, Mike, right?
Why would you say that, John?
I just wanted to trigger you.
Why? We're back to the triple op. All right, folks, when it goes to double OT, it's John's fault. Write to him angrily on Twitter, at JRT TV, with 2 E's on the end after the TV.
Oh, God. How dare you.
Write to him. If it hits double OT, blame John. He caster cursed us. It's all his fault. Also follow him on Twitter.
That would be nice, too. Thank you. Love you all.
Nade coming in. It's just going to tickle KMZ. Nice shot from Retchy. In towards the underpass. That kicks things off well for this triple op setup. If you're going to bring triple ops, you might as well get some picks. And Retchy does exactly that.
So, man advantage for Rebirth. 1 minute remaining on the clock for Ethereal to make their play. It looks like they're hesitating quite a bit, trying to decide what they're going to do. Head towards the B site, go to underpass, head back to T-spawn. I guess they're just going to hang around here and see if anyone on Rebirth decides to be antsy and push up. But it appears as though Rebirth have their feet firmly planted on both the A and the B site. Phantom peeking around the corner towards short, looking for some information. 35 seconds left on the clock. Ethereal have a ton of utility left to work with, and they're going to use a lot of it going into this B site. Phantom was blinded briefly, and that's enough for Powers to get the frag. Carson and Zodic are doing work, though, with a couple. Have the man advantage, 3v2. Hate, along with Renz, still need to grab the bomb. Great frag from Hate, and a second one on Retchy, leaving only in Shaniak, and they don't need the bomb plant. The frags are enough. That's going to be that. Ethereal take a 17th.
Okay, so Ethereal a leg up. But they've been a leg up before, John. And we've seen them fumble that away. So, can they close it out here? Can they do the work? The magic number is 19, folks. 2 more rounds for Ethereal. 2 more for Rebirth, and they've got map point. Or series point. Match point. I don't know. My brain's gone. I mean, you can see it. My camera's not on right now for you folks, but my hair is all over the place right now. John can see because I keep trying to pull it out of my head. It's what this match is doing to me.
Jesus, yeah.
But let's see. Let's see. If both teams get 18, we go to another half of overtime, and it's all John's fault. 19 is the number we're looking for.
I'm just able to read situations.
All your fault. Cursed us. Cursed us, cursed us, cursed us. All right, let's get this second half of overtime. Come on, let's not dilly-dally now, guys. Let's get it going. No reason to wait at this point. No, apparently we're going to wait a little bit longer. Guys got to make a bathroom break. They got to run for it. It's been a long game. They gotta stretch that mouse hand. Do a little calisthenics. Get the blood flow going again. Everyone, stand up. We're gonna all touch our toes. Chat. Everybody, get up. Get that blood flowing going. You don't want that deep vein thrombosis from sitting still for too long. That's a thing, John. It's a thing. It's gonna be what gets me. Casting for too many hours and just deep vein thrombosis. Mostly a problem on airplanes, I think, because of blood pressure issues. Oh no, I've done it again, John.
What did you do?
For some reason, when I unplug my microphone, my CS starts coming through the speakers, and the only way to get it to go back is to restart CS. So hopefully they keep this halftime break going for a little bit longer, John.
Well, it's still going here. So you have time to restart. I guess someone really needs to go to the bathroom. It looks like that's someone. Who is it? Either Hate, Powers, and Shaniak or Retchie. They're all not moving, so they have to go and take a potty break before getting started with this second half of the first overtime. As mentioned, Ethereal just need to win 2 of these 3 rounds in order to secure the win, whereas Rebirth need to win all 3 to come out on top. And there we have it. They're going to get going. Everyone's back into the server. And we'll see if we find a conclusion here after 1 overtime or if more will be needed. Rebirth going to buy up likely 4 AKs on the AWP. Ethereal single op setup? No, they're going to go for double op. KMZ is going to have that second op, and there it is.
Yeah.
Double op setup. No triple op from them.
No, they play a little more orthodox. A little more orthodox than what we've seen from Rebirth. Rebirth are the truly chaotic element in this server right now. They're going to get some early ground. They're going for this pick over towards apartments. It may have been spotted. The nade does find damage, but is it confirmed? Cobra has a suspicion that a player is there trying to go for the aggressive peek, but he's not going to act upon it. He's going to back off. That's perhaps wise, as he is all in this lonesome. If he falters, he is the only guardian of this B bomb site. I like this boost up with the AWP. It's one of those shots where if you pre-fire it, this guy's toast, but you never really think about pre-firing that angle. He's going to be the push. He's going to be the check. The shot is missed, though. Now they know. Here comes the adjustment. They need the cavalry here on B. That's a shot that hits, but it's not a kill. Cobra drops a smoke to give himself some space. Hate is in towards mid, trying to pressure from the bench, and he will succeed. Exotic goes down. This is getting maddening once more. KMZ hits a shot. Cobra's been lost, but it's just going to be Phantom and Retchie left. Holding the angle is Retchie, and he will be rewarded with a kill. Now bomb is planted. They could make this work. Coming back up catwalk is the cavalry. 2 players moving in, and KMZ trying to hold it from the market. Good shot for KMZ. All on Phantom now. A 1v3. He's got the bomb as his ally. He's found the first kill. He's looking for more, but he won't have it. It's Powers instead. The defuse is there. Oh, a little bit of BM spray instead. And that's going to be map point once more. Ethereal, maybe close out map point before you pull in the BM, because you've had one of these before. And you lost 4 rounds in a row to take us to overtime. 2 are what's needed for Rebirth to send us to another period of OT.
Yes, sir. And they can only send us to another period of OT because they can't win it with 18. So Ethereal have a chance to close it out. Looking at that scoreboard, KMZ is just popping off again. 34 and 23. Behind him is Hate at 30 and 24. And then it's Cobra, Rens, and Powers at 22 and 22, 22, and 21 respectively. Everyone doing really well in the Ethereal end, and Rebirth pretty much the same story. I mean, you have a lot of really strong fraggers. The thing is, and the difference is, on the Rebirth side, for some reason, Mike, you don't have many people above a KDR of 1. In fact, no one is. Only in Shaniak equal at 1.00. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, as the Exude's coming on to the A site for Rebirth, and Shaniak gets the opening frag, then Carson through the smoke on Powers. Hate gets 2 back, it's madness! Hate looking for a third, he's pinned into Sandwich, going down to 20 HP, desperately trying to survive, throws a smoke onto his position, and he has managed to stay alive for the time being. And look at that, the reinforcements are here, the cavalry has arrived. Cobra and KMZ, the 2 offers looking to assist, but Retchie comes through, as mentioned, sneaks in for 1 with the P250. Only Cobra left standing. Are they gonna flub match point again? Well, it doesn't look good as Cobra misses that shot.
It certainly does not. Cobra having to back out here. And I don't know that he has a chance at this. He's got the kid, he's got the smoke. Could maybe just go for a cheeky smoke defuse, but that would be a bridge too far, I think, even for this game. They're repositioning to be set up for the post plant. They're not going to rush him down this time, knowing how critical this round is. We've seen them make mistakes in the past. But this time, Rebirth plays it patient, and Retchie will hit the final blow. It's a 3K in the round for Retchie, and a nice recovery for Rebirth. Ethereal, 1 more shot One more shot to end it here and now. Rebirth. One more, and we're in double overtime. They're looking for it. They want it. They want more. And Ethereal just can't quite seem to close this out. See if they can get it. It seemed like Hate almost might be able to do it, but that walk-through connector was just huge. There's an aggressive play. KMZ misses his shot, though, and he's backing out. He's got a lot of info about positioning, but he's got to get the heck out of dodge because they are breathing right down his neck.
Kova's trying to make it seem like there's more than one person here on this B site, and he's doing a pretty good job of it. Molotov thrown onto Cat, and then you have a smoke into the apartments. He will effectively force Rebirth back for the time being, and the reinforcements have come in. 3 players now on the B site, even though Rebirth have not exactly executed there yet. They have a couple of players in ladder, and 2 in the apartments. I mean, technically, you think they're going to hit B, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. With 1:03 remaining on the clock, Renz is going to grab that op off the ground. And he's going to help defend this A site, but the hit is almost certainly heading to B, and there it goes.
On it goes. Nades into the bench as well. They're not going to let this happen to them. The bench has been cleared. Everyone's been cleared. The site is empty. 5 players still surviving for Rebirth. That bomb will be going down, but Zodic tries to push into the market ahead of time. So he maybe gives a chance back through to these players. Hate and Renz have to attempt the retake to keep this in regulation to avoid double overtime. Hate could have this. Retchie isn't watching, but now he's seen him. He goes back to peek it, though, and he drops. It's a 2v3, 2v2. This is viable. It's all coming apart. Renz will falter, though. Carson and Phantom hang on. And we're getting more, folks. It's going to double overtime. The new magic number that they have to get to is 22 rounds. First team to 22 rounds will win the game. If they both get to 21, we go again. And remember, for all you fine folks watching, you know whose fault this is. It's John. JRT's fault.
I didn't do anything.
He said it was going to happen. He spoke it into existence. He cursed us for this game to never end.
Oh, well, who knows? If we're here for all of eternity, I could think of worse ways to spend infinity than casting a Counter-Strike match. So, yeah.
This Counter-Strike match?
Well, I mean, suffice to say, I mean, even though it's been scrappy, it has been exciting.
It has been interesting. I will give you that. It has not made any semblance of sense to me most of the time, but it has been wild. I will absolutely give you that. It has been madness coming in from all sides.
I think the only play that really bothered me was the 5-man push in a 5v1 down ramp. Like, that's the only one where I said, okay, like, I understand scrappy Counter-Strike, but that's just completely insane and unnecessary. But aside from that, you know, it's been fun. So, yeah, tied up 18-18, heading into the second overtime. And, I mean, I don't think any team really has an edge here at all. It's been so back and forth. Even within rounds, I mean, you saw a 5v2 advantage evaporate in round number 36.
Yep.
Just, wow. It was
The rules don't apply here. Anything can happen. And so we just have to keep our eyes out for it. It is quite a wild series we've got going on. And apparently we're going to take another long halftime break. I don't know. This time someone else has to go to the bathroom. Someone else has to stretch. We could do hand exercises this time, folks. Hand exercises is very important for gamers. You gotta. Here's what you're gonna do, folks. You take your hand. You pull it up so your palm is facing outwards. Stretch out your arm. All right, we're coming to caster so I can show hand exercises here. This is what we're doing. Boggs is helping you people out. You're gonna gently pull back like this. This is real good. Helps stretch out the tendony things, forearms, whatever that's called. Whatever it is, it feels real good. So do that for like 15, 20 seconds. Just gentle, don't force it. And then you're gonna go back the other direction. And do the other side. Push it down. Stretch that out. Oh yeah, feel that in your forearm. Oh, that feels good. Nice. You should be feeling a stretch along the top of your arm. That's what we're looking for here. It's what controls the fingers. Important gaming muscles. Do the other hand here. Other hand. It's calisthenics with Dark Mike. That's what's happening right now. Stretch that for a good 10, 15, 20 seconds. Get a good stretch in. Feel that along the bottom of your arm. Then the other side. That's what we want to see. Nice stretch coming through here.
I'm ready to go, Mike.
Now we're ready to go. We're not on halftime yet. You can do some wrist circles. Those are always good. I like to stretch the individual fingers as well. Little fist exercises. There's the, what is it, Dr. Levi, who did all the exercises on YouTube. Really helpful. Nice to do. I had a RSI issue in this right arm for a while, my mouse clicking arm. Helped fix me right up. So let's go back into game because I don't want you all staring at me for that long. We're not ready yet, apparently. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon, folks. Whatever it is. Otherwise, I'm going to have to start coming up with new exercises. See what I can get you guys to do. I see someone in chat asking, do we use our hands to cast a game? I use my hands to speak. It's just a thing. They're constantly moving. But we're also gamers.
Same.
We're observing ourselves. We're keeping our hands on our mouse. We're playing games when we're not casting. You know, you got to stretch those muscles. You got to stretch those muscles. And tendons and all those things. Even if you're young and you think you're invincible, you know, you're a 19-year-old kid now, start practicing healthy exercises. And when you're a little older, you won't be creaking every time you roll your wrist. Let's see if I can get that to catch on microphone. Can you hear that pop? That come through?
I can't.
No, I don't think it's picking it up. Oh! There you go. Got a nice crack in my wrist. It's a fun one.
Oof. Oh, oof. All right, I'm here.
You're here? You're with us?
Here.
What
Yeah.
time is it? It's 11:07. That's positively early. And here we go. Second period of overtime, folks. It's going. We're fresh as the day we started this match, which is still that same day, technically speaking. For another hour. Let's go. Auto sniper's out. Here's the next level. We haven't seen this yet, folks. This is the meta changer. Auto sniper. What is Cobra gonna hold with it? I think he's probably gonna hold apartments. It's a pretty good spot to hold with the auto. It's not bad.
KMZ's gonna get that opening frag, and there's the auto coming through. KMZ a double kill, in fact, and Ethereal off to a very strong start in double overtime. Phantom and Exotic, the last two standing, and they're trying to push up into the apartments. Unbeknownst to them, Hate is coming from underpass, but he doesn't get the frag. Phantom gets the best of him. Cobra's up close and personal with the auto, gets one, and then we'll get the second one. The auto is indeed the difference maker here with the 3K.
Auto is king. Is Hate gonna buy him an auto? He got him an AK. No, they're gonna go to rifles. They're not even gonna play double op. Okay. Don't want to deal with the auto. They're going to change things up. So they're going to be changing the look every round, it seems. Auto sniper not making its appearance now, despite getting 3 kills in the previous. They're like, all right, they're going to anticipate the auto. This is where we throw the change-up pitch. So 19, a lead again for Ethereal, but that has been the case for a long time now. That's been the storyline. And it's been Rebirth battling it back, and then Shiniak already has the first pick. There we go. There's 1 kill found. That's mid softened up. It's an interesting hold here. KMZ's holding in towards Khan. Then you've got a player in ladder watching into window, where smoke will block KMZ's vision. He's got to back off. Cobra's gotten a pick in apartments. That should at least let them know that no one's coming this direction. Friends holding from ladder room. Which way does Rebirth want to take it? They want to take it onto A, it seems. That's the posture I'm seeing in connector, and nobody being up on catwalk. They are going to come. It's a decent hold since you've got powers and nobody coming out of the apartments. It can be tough to deal with. KMZ's now spotted. He's spotted multiple. He's getting the kills. He's spotted more. They're trying to run him down. They're going to succeed in doing so, but do they realize that Powers is here and has been here the whole time? Powers gets the kill. Does he get the second? Get out of there, Powers. Molly goes in. He's got reinforcements coming through, and it's Carson in a 1v2. He's got 50 seconds to play with, though. He does have time. And they've got at least some idea of his position because he's already got a kill. Player in sandwich, player by Tetris. He's now been spotted, and Cobra pops back up like a snake out of a basket to strike and put them up, too.
So 20-18 in favor of Ethereal. A little interesting tidbit, Mike, since we're in overtime.
Okay.
Fact. Powers and KMZ, at one point or another, have played together for 9 straight seasons. 9 straight
One
seasons.
point or another, like they haven't always been on the same roster,
they have
but
not
they've been on the same roster
at least for one match in the past 9 seasons.
That is a fun fact.
Yeah.
Retchy's gonna get the opening kill, which he's thinking that's a really fun fact. Hate's gonna be mollied out. He can't back out into the flames, and he's gonna be dead as a result, burned alive, trying to escape. And there goes another kill. So Rebirth, they're not gonna let the clean sweep of the half come through. They are now in a 5v2. And they're nading the heck out of Cobra, chasing him out of his foxhole. He's still gonna get a kill, and he's the only one who will in this round. It is 20-19 as we hit the half switch. Reminder, folks, 22 is the number we're looking for. 22 marks a victor.
21 to 21, right? That's the magic number?
Yeah, I'm gonna kick you out of this call. Can we just kick him out of the call? Often complaining about going to bed. Man, it's like 8 for you.
Yeah, Austin.
It's 8 p.m., our producer. He's over in
Producer.
Cali. He's over on the coast that's on fire. But he does wake up at 4 sometimes for his job, so I get it. I get it. If you're enjoying this broadcast, you should go follow our producer, Boggs CS. That's Boggs CS. Is that your handle? Did I get that right? I did get that right. Follow him on Twitter. Twitter.com/BoggsCS. Triple Op is back out for Rebirth. It's been working. They're going to go for it again. But at this point, if you're ethereal, you got to be expecting them. So, all right. If you know they're running a triple off, John, I'm going to theory craft here. Mac 10 rush in overtime.
Wouldn't that be something? But, yeah, not the case, of course. Rebirth, Carson getting the touchdown here on Powers. 5v4 in favor of Rebirth, who are looking to tie things up at 20-20 to kick things off here in the second half of Double OT. AMZ looking to deal a blow to the manpower of Rebirth with that AWP. Exotic, waiting for the smoke to diffuse. Dissipate, I should say, from window, and he actually decides to back off. They're giving mid to Ethereal and waiting for them to choose a site.
Okay, player working their way up in connector. Retchy, if he peeks around, this should have a really good chance to squeeze off a shot with the op. And there are so many ops. Everyone holding this side is holding an op. So come on, throw some flashes, throw some smokes, and just go. Go fast. Nope, they're going very slow against what is likely a triple op. They should know it. It is a triple op. We do know that. And it's Shiny X going to play around the edge of smoke. He's going to get one. He will be traded, but the advantage is still in favor of Rebirth. They're going to lose the second player through the murder hole. They're going to push with the bomb? They pushed with the bomb, John!
They did.
All right, now they've lost the bomb, and now they're dead. And Retchy has taken 2 kills. Ethereal, just stop going A. They don't plant the bomb. I don't understand it. They either stall out and wait way too long, or they sort of timidly push that round. They push the bomb into ticket. I don't get it, John. I don't get it. I don't get this A take at all from Ethereal, and I don't think they do either.
Well,
all tied up. Round
Yeah.
41.
all right. I mean, we'll see if Ethereal can crack the egg that is Rebirth on their CT side. And wow, Carson opens things up on Powers with one exotic, gets KMZ, and then, well, wouldn't you know it, just how this match is gone, Ethereal respond with 2 frags in turn to make it a 3v3. Retchy spots out Cobra, gets him with the AWP, but Ethereal do have some map control onto this B site. You have Hate, who managed to make his way to bench, gonna throw a smoke for window at market. And how has Carson gotten there? On the flank on Renz as he was trying to plant the bomb. They never cleared Cat. And
They
he
just
just
smoked
gets a
it.
2K.
He just walked up on them without ever being checked. So 21-20, the first map point for Rebirth. The first map point. They've finally done it. They've given themselves a chance to win the game. See if they can do it, or if Ethereal's now going to get their revenge and bring us to a triple overtime. This is do or die, and Exotic has just mollied himself out of the window. He misses the murder hole with the Molotov and mollies himself from going through it. So the idea behind that Molotov is you throw that molly, and then it offsets the smoke that they throw for the window. But he just missed it and mollied himself out of the murder. Whew! I'm losing my mind here, folks. This is. Whew! We are deep in. Cobra gets the opening pick. Advantage Ethereal. Can they do it? Can they bring us to more overtime.
Well, I mean, that's a good start. Smoking to get thrown by Inshaniak, who's kind of isolated here onto the site with the AWP. Now he goes to, wow, goes to balcony and gets the frag there. Powers goes down. Zodic drops KMZ. Hate will respond for one, but Renz is gone too. Now Zodic gets Hate. It is match point for Rebirth. Only one player left. It's Cobra, and I think he's done and dusted here. Mike won't expect Carson on the flank, and that is it. This marathon of a match is over. Rebirth are going to take it 22-20, Mike. Wow.
Wow. All it took was 2 separate comebacks. Rebirth just had to keep coming back. Finally, they get the advantage. They get map point. They're like, all right, watch this. Watch this, guys. This is how you close the game. Triple ops all the way. I mean, that match was insanity. We had Deagle clutches. We had 1v2s with 8 HP. We had more Deagle clutches. We had some more Deagle clutches. There were also Deagle clutches, John.
Were there
Deagle
clutches?
Triple ops, auto snipers, Deagle clutches. Did you know, John, there were more Deagle clutches in that game than I have brain cells left? I mean, that was just madness all the way through, but it is Rebirth who come out on top. And after that absolute marathon slog, that is just a testament, I think, to their endurance, to never give up, to never say die, and to keep fighting back through.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much sums it up, Mike. I honestly, it was one of the scrappiest matches that I've casted in a while. And I'd say that Rebirth, I mean, they get a second win on the season, which was very hard fought, with Zodic being plugged into the lineup at the very last moment. But they made it work, and props to them. Over on the Ethereal side, though, I think there's a little more problem there, because they had 6 opportunities to close out this match, and they gave Rebirth 1, and that's all Rebirth needed. 1.
I'll be honest. I think they just need to figure out their A-take.
Yeah.
The rest of it was fine. Like, they made mistakes elsewhere, but it wasn't a consistent problem. That A-take really let them down, because they'd throw the smokes, and then they would stall out. Or they'd take and stall out. They'd be wrapping onto site and then just slow down. They'd push with the bomb. If you're going to take A and you're doing a smoke take on site, you make sure that you're not being off from ticket. You make sure there's no one in dark, there's no one in firebox, there's no one in sandwich, and then you plant the bomb. That's got to be what you do. That has to be what you do. Because if you let those smokes dissipate, if you've got the firing alley coming from ticket, coming from jungle, coming from stairs, you're done for. And they couldn't quite accomplish that, and that's really what let them down when they were on the attacking side. Whatever it is, that game was madness, and it is going to wrap up our show, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. It was our pleasure to cast it and bring you on this insane journey with us. If you enjoyed the show, do follow us here on Twitch, twitch.tv/ESEA. Hit that follow button. Follow ESEA on Twitter as well at twitter.com/ESEA. Follow us if you like the casting. You could find our @ down below our faces or by typing !casters in chat. I've already plugged Boggs enough, so follow him, I guess, at BoggsCS on Twitter as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow night for some more madness, so grab your game fuel, be ready for it, and keep your eyes on the Mountain Dew League.
Walk a different path, nothing can hold me back. I passed the point of no return, something is calling me. It's in the air that I breathe. Bring me back to life again, dancing with my fear.